From Lake Stevens Community Park in Lake Stevens, Washington, it's the 2023 USAFL Western Regional Championships. We are underway, the opening round of the women's division, as the Sacramento Suns take on the Seattle Grizzlies. And the Suns in the red and yellow jumpers. They're heading from right to left on your screen. And right away, we have a ball up. We'll be playing 4 15-minute quarters here. And ball is up in the air once again. Knocking the ball forward there is, I think that may have been April Lewis there in the ruck for Seattle. And the Suns with an opportunity now, sending that one into the top. The Grizzlies trying to fend that one off over in that far corner near the Watch AFL Tasmanian scoreboard. And it'll be a free kick. So here are the Suns out of defense now, sending that one up on the far side. Dropped by Latia Holmes, who picks that one up, skitters that one across like a cockroach on the bathroom floor. And handballs up over the top. Ball in dispute on the far side. It's going to be picked up by Kat Curtis for Seattle. And then a turnover. And it's picked up by Anna Brancati. There's a handful of players for Sacramento, Brancati being one of them. It's a free kick to Seattle. For Sacramento, they've got players from the Vancouver, it's actually the Burnaby Eagles out of Vancouver, Canada, not terribly far north of where we're located here. We also have players from the Arizona Hawks and the Denver Bulldogs. And the ball's up on that far side, and we'll have a free kick. It'll go the way of the Suns as that one is sent forward. Up over the top, bangs off a couple of players' heads. Ball gets shuffled along, picked up out of the back there by Marion Dickinson. Dickinson, arguably the best player on the Seattle Grizzlies side. The Grizzlies have players from the Orange County Giants and the Wasatch Wargulls out of Utah. There is Christine Flock, who soccers that one off the volley. Lewis going after it, but it's picked up and running back on it is Marissa Poorboy, one of 2 Denver Bulldogs on this team. For Sacramento, the ball bounces off the hands of Liz Fermenton. Up on the far side now, still no score. It's controlled by the Grizzlies, trying to send that one into the top of the goal square. There is Valerie Barber Axelm making her Seattle Grizzly return, and holding the ball is called. Sacramento, or rather Seattle, will maintain possession. So here comes their first serious chance, and that one is marked nicely by Lewis. Lewis sends that one, chips that one up over the top. And it is marked defensively by Amanda Mora. Mora, one of 2 players from the Arizona Hawks, comes out to the near side. Going and trying to go after it there is Kat Curtis. Able to get away from Poorboy. Handballs up over the top now. Curtis trying to direct traffic, sends that one up, and it's picked off by Sacramento. Here come the Suns trying to soccer that one on. Along, I believe, is Brancati once again. Sending that one forward into the breadbasket of Jenna Typoletti. Typoletti uses her strength, tries to dance away, does from 2 defenders, but not the third. Carr, she was just able to get it away, and with one of her big booming kicks, sends it inside 50. Spun around. Dropped the pill, no call, and that one is picked off, and a chance now by Shannon McGuire. McGuire, one of a few Aussies coming down from the north, sending that one out into the pocket. 3 Grizzlies are there. And then picking that one up, or trying to anyway, and sending that one back. Here's Latia Holmes going after the footy. Watched by Leah Osterried, but cleared out nicely, marked by by Eileen Yoon. Yoon going to be playing on the national team. Looks out to Dickinson on the near side. Here's Marion Dickinson. Has room. Puts it on down. Now handballs it over into the corner. There's Amanda Bowe. Bowe with a shot for goal. It's across the face and marked on the last line of defense. That was a very difficult mark there by the fullback. Still no score on the Watch AFL scoreboard. Out to the far side now. Giant dispute for the ball. Watching that one in there is Jess Uzarski, number 29. New players. That one is sent in towards the pocket. Over into the left side. Big tackle and the ball got loose. Flock is in there as well. Flock being watched by Katya Hewitt, and the ball goes out of bounds for a boundary throw in directly across. No score opening minutes, round one of the women's division here in the Western Regional Championships here in Lake Stevens. Lots of whistles, and I believe we have a player down on the far side over there. Might be a cramp. She's able to get up under her own power, like Corey Howe. Awaiting the restart. Seattle never won a regional championship. This is Val Barber Axthelm, who went over and played for West Brunswick in Victoria. Sends this one high up in the air. And nice mark by Uzarski. It wasn't paid, however. Over to get it is Yoon. Sending that one in towards, it's kept out nicely. Uzarski trying to get rid of it and does. Not a great kick, but it did what needed to happen. Or check that might have been somebody else. I know Uzarski's wearing the same color socks that there was another player in the back. I believe that may have been Lizzie Sawyer for the Wasatch War Goals wearing those same color socks. And they're circling around is Hewitt. Sending that one over into the pocket, and that goes out of bounds. Still no score here on the Watch AFL scoreboard. Golden Gate Iron Maidens, the third team in this women's division. And now out the back and cleared out nicely. Out to the near side looking for Moya. Soccered on nicely by Eilish Boyd. Handballs it over. Chipped in short. Dickinson sends that one in looking for the full forward, but it's cleared out the back. And here comes Mackenzie Adamo. Adamo over the top looking for Mora. Mora chasing after the footy. Curtis is on her hammer. Or check that. That's Hada. Or that's Delgadillo, I believe, number 47. Sending that one back in. Goes out into the pocket. Handball in looking for Dickinson. Dickinson sends that one in towards the sticks. Oh, and a nice sliding mark taken by Erin Regan, the former Canada Midnight Sun, played in the International Cup in 2014. A lot of experience on this Sacramento, Vancouver side. And it's showing in the defense here in the early going. Sends that one in towards the sticks. And that one will go sailing out towards the side. Barbara Axthelm just got foot the ball. That's going to be very close to going out on the full. We'll wait to see what the call is. Just underway, no score. Midway through this first of 4 15-minute quarters, because each of the teams only playing 2 games. That one ricochets off of the defender. Poor boy over to get it. Can't get it. Dickinson can. Sends that one up towards the top. And then picking that one up is Griffin. Griffin is hauled down, and she is gone. And a great tackle by Allie Dykes. Allie, besides Marissa Poorboy, one of the 2 Denver Bulldogs. Played very well for the Bulldogs in Kansas City a couple of weeks ago. A juggling mark taken up on the near side. Both teams have had a couple of opportunities. Still nothing on the cash register yet. No, dropped what she should have taken. Right in front of drop by Formenton. Looking for Dykes. Typoletti won't go down. Handballs over the top. Turns it over to Holmes. Holmes looking for Formenton. Formenton looks, puts it on down. Now sends that one with a big booming kick in towards the pocket. And we have a whistle off the ball, and it will be a free kick going the other way. Free kick, but turned over easy peasy by Hewitt. Hewitt waits, sends that one in, drops in front of 3 red jumpers, cleared out, marked nicely by Dykes. Check that, that's Eilish Boyd. Boyd up over the top where it's juggled and taken by Poorboy. Poorboy from Seattle originally. Her parents are here. Her mother is here anyway, her parents are both here. Her family is here, we'll say that. I was talking to her mother a little bit earlier. And then getting taken down backwards is Holmes. Ball squirts out to the near side, picked up, handballs in, gets taken down. Holmes is in there, and it's going to be holding the ball. And it will be a free kick and a good tackle by Latia Holmes, the Fife Fortress. This will drop in front of Dickinson, who will get it on a bounce. Has to get away from Boyd. Handballs in short, but intercepted by Poor Boy. Sends that one off into the pocket. One Grizzly out the back. Sends that one directly across. Looking for Mora. Mora goes down. Hewitt is in there as well. Mora, got to be careful not to drag the ball in. Doesn't. Poor Boy just gets her left foot to it. Pitchfork handball over the top, looking for Hewitt again. Hewitt sees the ball go down. Able to get that one clear, but it's turned over, and it's marked by Jess Swart. Swart from Long Island originally. Sends that one off the side. It'll drop in front of Carr, and here come the Grizz back the other way. Tried to have a bounce, but the mustard came off the hot dog. Big tackle thrown in there. Comes to Hewitt. Hewitt is held off the footy, no call. And we'll have a ball up. It's interesting, all these combinations, you've got Denver, Vancouver, and Arizona. Denver, Burnaby, and Arizona, and they all have blue shorts. So it's normally you can tell who some of the extra players are. As that one is a long kick by Mora, the former lacrosse player in college, and she went to college in Connecticut and played lacrosse there. On Christina Licata's radar for the national team. Of course, we talk about the national team, the USA Freedom women's side, playing against Canada on August 19th in Racine, Wisconsin. Ball comes out to the near side now, over the far side. That one is cleared out, drops in front. Crash Boom Opera on the near side as Jennifer Anderson in there, number 24. Tries to go after the footy. Carr took her player down, but I don't think she had the footy. No, she didn't. Free kick. This is Poor Boy. She stands 50 meters out, probably 2 kicks from goal. Sends that one on the way. Maybe not. Maybe not. It gets punched down. Still in the field of play, however. A couple of players in there trying to extract the pill. And the umpire crosses his arms like the Monsignor and says, give that to me, we'll ball it up. Latter stages now here in this first quarter. Still no score on the Watch AFL scoreboard. Goes in play, trying to get it out now. Handball up over the top. Picked up, and here is Boyd. A nice interception by Carr. This Seattle team, I think, has a lot of good defensive talent. And when you talk about Carr, Latia Holmes back there, and they've done pretty well here. There's a very good, evenly matched game to start off the day. Left-footed kick off the hands of Lizzie Sawyer, another good defensive player. Kicks that one out. Typoletti has to get away from Carr. Does! What a great tackle! That is no easy feat, tackling Jenna Typoletti, but Amelia Carr, who's been around a long time, and I'll tell you what, would not look out of place on a VFLW or even higher roster. And a great defensive play as she finds Marion Dickinson. Dickinson loads up, comes out to the near side. Nice mark right in front of us.
Go for it.
Sending that one forward is Hewitt. Over into the corner now. That is Natalie Griffin, but she dropped the pill. A little bit unlucky for the Montana native. Also plays rugby as well. Mora sends that one forward. I'm going to check that. That's Mora up here. Here is Holmes, able to get it away, looking for Hewitt. Or check that. That's Dickinson. Has an option in Hewitt out the back. No, this is Hewitt up here, who dropped. That is Poor Boy who dropped the footy. Picked up by Carr. Carr is hauled down, but didn't have possession in time, and the umpire says, give that to me, we'll ball it up. Wing position commentary side. Hewitt is in there. She hits the ball out to advantage momentarily to Curtis. Holmes picks it up off the hands of Curtis. Picked up by Poor Boy. Poor Boy sends that one in, calling for it, but not able to get it as Formenton. Ball goes out on the far side. One hops over, sent forward by the Grizzlies. Still no score first quarter, 4 15-minute quarters. Lewis going after the pill now. Oh, what a big bump. Unfortunately, it didn't win her the footy, and dropping the footy there was Caroline Sequeira, and it's going to be a free kick. Both teams playing really good defense here to start things off. Dropped in front, sent for goal. Will this be the first score? It's a behind, and the question is it went as the siren went, so the question will be whether or not that counts. We're going to hold it here for 1 second and just see if we see a signal from the umpire. And I don't think it's so. I think the siren may have beat them. So we'll double check on the other side of this break. But for now, at the end of the first quarter of play, a very cagey first quarter. It's the Seattle Grizzlies 0, the Sacramento Suns 0. We'll be right back with the second quarter of this one. You're watching the 2023 USAFL Western Regional Championships from Lake Stevens, Washington, here on USAFL.com.
We're good.
I want to take away from what you're doing, you know what I mean? Let me know when you're ready.
I'm rolling.
Second quarter underway here at the USAFL Western Regional Championships for 2023. In the second quarter, no score between Seattle and Sacramento after what was a very cagey, as we said, opening quarter. And in fact, I am incorrect about that because they did award a point to the Grizzlies at the end of that first quarter. So it is 1-0 on the Watch AFL scoreboard. We were curious as to whether or not that was going to count because it was right on the siren, but it did in fact happen before time expired. So now the Suns heading to the right of your screen as they switch after every quarter here in Aussie Rules Footy. And it's picked up and bootlegging around, sending that one up on that far side. After the footy, got held there. No call. Able to croquet hammer that one forward. The ball goes out of bounds. Sorry, there was a ball up. Free kick. Caroline Sequeira sending that one. And the ball gets knocked down. The Suns staying with it, trying to equal the score here. Free kick. Holding off the footy, and they'll give it to Eilish Boyd. Boyd, an Aussie, plays for the Burnaby Eagles. The Eagles were the Vancouver Vixens for a long time, and they have hooked up with the men's team, all known as the Burnaby Eagles. They changed their name. Boyd's kick is on the way. It is fading left, but it's short. Kept in play by Carr. It's a loose scramble in front. Picked up nicely, and here the other way. That one deflects off the back. Good defense again by the Grizzlies. Carr couldn't claim it cleanly. Soccers it ahead, looking to her own advantage, and just getting a foot to it there was Molly Coulter, another Aussie from Vancouver. High tackle is called. It'll be a free kick. Here is Coulter. Coulter switches the pitch in the middle of the ground now. Going to be picked up, cleared out, but deflected off the foot of Curtis. Poor boy sends that one up to the top. And a nice mark again by Amelia Carr. Carr doing a lot of the work in the back line in the early going. Big booming kick out to the near side. Drops in front. Looking for Maddie Hundley, and the ball goes out of bounds. It'll be a boundary throw-in. Boundary throw-in right in front of our camera. Our man Wilson behind the camera doing a fantastic job bringing you the pictures of our games here. Of course, we have both fields recording here today. Out to the near side and picking up and swinging around. This is Anderson who sends that one in, and it's marked.
Back it up.
Up, sending that one off the side there, off the foot of Hundley. was a nice mark. Howe just kept that one in play. Sends that one in towards the pocket. And the ball goes out of bounds. We'll have a boundary throw in. 1-0 Seattle. Watch AFL scoreboard. Again, our thanks to our friends here in Snohomish County, as well as Tasmanian here on a slightly warm day as Carr sends that one. It curls back. Amelia Carr goes bang, and there's the first sausage roll of the game. On the Watch AFL scoreboard, Seattle 1-1-7. Sacramento no score. Right before the pandemic, Amelia Carr was one of a handful of Americans who went over as part of an exchange program for about 2 or 3 weeks. April Lewis was in there as well. And to try and get experience in Australia and perhaps get scouted. And Carr, who has a pretty extensive athletic background prior to starting here in Aussie Rules, she's, arguably besides Dickinson, two of the best players on this team. And she is known for her defensive prowess, but her speed has allowed her to play on ball. So 7-0. Seattle looking for more early on. Of course, as we said, both of these teams will play the Golden Gate Iron Maidens in the latter stages of this 3-team round robin as Carr sends that one forward. Off the hands there's another shot for a goal out the pack, but that is sailing wide, and it'll go through for a behind. 1-2-8 Watch AFL scoreboard for the Grizz. No score for Seattle. Just to reiterate, the Grizzlies with 3 players from the Orange County Giants, Eileen Yoon, Delfina Delgadillo, and Michelle Hada. 2 players from the Wasatch Wargoals, and Lizzie Sawyer and Kaylee Seacrest. Sawyer, a former USA Liberty captain that tour in Australia, and she'll be playing for Team USA in a couple of weeks.
Nice shot.
So free kick, ball up on that far side. Picked out of the air by Howe, and it'll be a ball up once again. Ball is in the half-forward flank on the right side from the Grizzlies' point of view. There's not much of a breeze to speak of, but what it is kind of drifting across into the camera position. And be interesting to see how that changes during the day. If nothing else, it's not helping any of us who are sitting out in the sun here. That one is kicked. One-on-one contest. Ball goes over the top. And a big old wrestling match. Allie Dykes in there. Ball up once again. Hewitt knocks it down. There's a chance that ball ricochets high up in the air. That shouldn't be well, I guess it is. I thought I heard a deflection. The umpires are much closer than I am. So here is Carr off of one step. That's going to be close. It's batted down on the line, and Griffin was there to see it through for another behind. 1-3-9 Seattle. No score Sacramento. Brian Barish here with you. As we said, our friend Wilson here on the camera doing a fantastic job. Out to the near side. Oh, big tackle in there on Mora by Carr. She's been like a bull in a china shop here in the early going, looking for Boyd over the top. Instead, the ball goes down. Shepard off the footy. Turns and fires inside. Handball's up over the top, looking for Carr. Amelia's taken down. Handball's up. Going after the pill once again. Ball's in the middle of the ground, and ball is cryogenically frozen in there, just like Walt Disney's head, and we'll have a ball up right around the center circle. Ball in the air once again, and again Hewitt, who's gone into the ruck and taken over the ruck responsibilities. But it's picked up by, I don't know what that was, off the foot of Tracy McLean. I think she started to lean back on it. And I don't know if somebody had put their hand in it. We were slightly obstructed there by a couple of the players in the middle of the ground. And she didn't follow through with the kick, but it'll be, as Eileen Yoon is in there, again, one of the Giants. Dykes in the ruck for Denver. And it's interesting, we mentioned about the players wearing different color shorts. As we mentioned, Allie Dykes from Denver wearing Seattle shorts. So this is Anderson for Seattle. Oh, nice sliding mark by Corey Howe, the New South Wales native. Howe waits, sends that one now in, looking for Bow off her fingertips. Good pressure put in there by the defender, and it will be a ball up. Uzarski getting set for the ruck. In against Hewitt. Uzarski doesn't even jump, tries to slap the ball forward. Yoon tries to go after it, and she's taken down. Picked up by Dykes, but I think the umpire is going to ask. No, in fact, it was given as a free kick the other way. I didn't see what for, but it'll be a free kick to Katja Hewitt. She's 2 kicks from goal. Her team leads 9-0. All sorts of leads for her. Here's Carr over the shoulder, drops in front. Lewis was there. Did she get her foot to it in time? That's the question. Or was it already over the line? Yes, it's a goal. I think. Yep. So April Lewis will get credit for that, but Carr gets some of the credit as well for putting the ball in, but a good job of positioning by April Munn. I'm sorry. She's April Lewis is her maiden name. And this is, I think, the first time I've called her since she's been married. So, but either way, on the Watch AFL scoreboard, it is 2-3-15 Seattle. No score for Sacramento. When we talk about regionals history, the Grizzlies, as we said, have not won a nationals or a regionals yet. They haven't won at nationals either. Sacramento were D2 national champions back in 2018 alongside Montreal, now the Quebec Saints. Vancouver, the last time they were at the Western Regionals, they were alongside Seattle, a very young Seattle team at the time, in Arizona. Here's a chance for goal. That one got deflected off the foot of McGuire. And spinning around and being taken down there is Hunley, who now has a bandage on her nose. That is new, I would say, within the last couple of minutes, because she was over here right in front of us and didn't have that on her. That one is slapped down. Picking that one up again is McGuire. She's taken down, no call. Big tackle put in by Curtis. Tried to sock her to herself, able to find Coulter. Coulter sends that one up high. Handballed back and able to get it out of there. Tries to send that one on, looking for Hewitt. Hewitt is tackled. And the umpire crosses himself. And we'll have a ball up. Center half forward position for the Suns as the ball goes to ground. They trail 15-0. Dog pile on the rabbit. And trying to extract the ball in there was Gretchen Gilbreth, playing in her second full season. Ball goes high up in the air. Ball's in front. Just getting the handball away, or the kick away rather, as the ball comes up high in the air, and Kasich going after it. I was apologize in advance, Kelly, if you're listening back to this. I was meant to double check the pronunciation, but we'll go from there as the ball comes up high in the air. Knocked down, dropped in front. Galbraith able to get to it. Floats it up on the far side, but running onto it and picking that one up with one chance, off of one step rather. Kept in play. Big tackle on Holmes, affected the kick. Gilbreth again, gets this one out. Mora dribbles that one through. It bounces in front. And a kick off the ground, a soccer off the ground by Rachel King. And it sails harmlessly wide, but Sacramento finally on the board. So 1 point for Sacramento. They trail 2-3-15 Seattle on the Watch AFL scoreboard with we will say about a minute and a half to go here in this second 15-minute quarter. Grizzlies will put the ball back in the play now. This is Sawyer. Sawyer almost intercepted. In fact, it is picked off. Uzarski. She's thrown to the ground. The umpire said no prior opportunity for the California native. Batted around. Flock was in there to snap it back. And again, tie up. In Seattle, of course, depending on what happens in this match, we're looking forward to that game against Golden Gate. Those two teams met in the grand final at Nationals in 2018 and 2019. And the Grizzlies really the only team to give the Iron Maidens really a fight over the last couple of years. The Iron Maidens have really kind of had things their own way. But the only time those two teams have played here in the Seattle area, the Grizzlies were winners. That was in their Seattle tournament a few years ago. This is Typoletti, who has room. She has the foot power. Let's see if she has the accuracy. Was that marked? Yes. And the mark was taken there. So this will be after the siren off of 1 foot. It's there. It's a goal. And a very important goal on the siren. Well, really, it'll be after the siren, but the Suns now only trail by 8 points. The score at halftime on the Watch AFL scoreboard, it's the Seattle Grizzlies, 2 goals, 3 behinds, 15 points. The Sacramento Suns, 1-1-8, and as we said, a pretty good start. It was defensive. It was kind of tentative in the early going here, and the ball accumulating some of the dew may have had something to do with it. But the Grizzlies getting those 2 goals off the foot of Carr and April Munn. But then, I believe that might be Rebecca Harbison, number 81, who kicked the goal for the Suns. We'll get that for you at halftime. But in any event, we'll step aside and come right back. Once again, it's Seattle 15, Sacramento 7. You're watching the 2023 USAFL Western Regional Championships here on USAFL.com. Third quarter of this opening match of the 2023 USAFL Western Regionals. It's the round 1, of course, of the women's division. And it is the Seattle Grizzlies in the green and the black. And now going from right to left, leading the Sacramento Suns 15-7. And we're underway once again. As that one is sent in and drops in front of the 25 there for Sacramento. Lewis trying to sift through defenders, and the umpire has given a free kick. Or no, it's given a ball up, so both players put their hands up.
Yeah. And then there's a little button up there.
Lewis in the ruck once again, or rather, April Munn. Munn played for Essendon, actually was on their list. Played with West Brunswick, one of a handful of players who are going to be playing on the national team with roots at the West Brunswick Football Club. We mentioned Valerie Barber Axel, Barb Williamson down in Austin as well. Ball up, Uzarski against Curtis. Uzarski able to knock it forward. Mora tackled, play on. That was Jordan Pereira who was trying to paddle the ball forward. Tackle put in there by Carr. Howell. Thrown down by Mora. Picked up by Anderson. Pitchfork handball to Dickinson. Goes all the way back to Holmes. Out to the near side. Fermenton sends that one in along the ground to Bowe. Bowe spun off the footy by Adamo. Going back and sending that one up forward. Looking over the top. Knocked down by Fermenton. Sends that one into the pocket. Handball over. Able to clear that one out to the near side, and the ball goes out of bounds. So a boundary throw-in. And both teams, you can sense starting to lift a little bit, which is good as they get settled in. Of course, they're going to be playing 60 minutes of footy in hot temperatures. The Grizzlies, as the 2 seed, have the advantage of having a long break between this and their second game later on. Ball goes high in the air. Cleared out by the Suns. Going after it is Typoletti. Keeps that one in play. Typoletti trying to find an option. And the ball goes out of bounds. A word about Jenna Typoletti. We mentioned she won the longest kick contest at the 2019 Nationals. It'll be a free kick as the ball had gone out of bounds. McGuire sends this one high in the air. And it's marked in the middle by Brancati. Brancati throws that one onto the right. We'll talk about Typoletti in just a moment. This is a very interesting story. As the ball is up on the far side, looking in the middle for Swart. Swart is tackled. So just to finish the thought on Jenna Typoletti, we mentioned she had won the longest kick competition in 2019, also in the virtual nationals in 2020. Not really a surprise when you think that she was a winner of the NFL punt, pass, and kick contest in 2003 as a teenager. Got to receive a trophy at the AFC Championship game that year in Kansas City, and there's footage of that on, or at least of her getting the award on YouTube somewhere. But not really a surprise and a very valuable asset for the Sacramento Suns team. Poor boy dances away from two defenders. Handballs in looking for Pereira. And that's Dykes who's going to get called for taking down Formenton off the footy. Seattle free kick. They lead 15-7. Looks for Howe and finds her. Does it in front of the late arriving Brancati. Sends that one high up in the middle. Drops, which he should have taken by Hewitt. Hewitt gets up and goes into the middle for Bo, who's going to be behind Adamo. Bo puts the pressure on. Adamo gets the ball away, looking for Poor boy. Gets the ball free. That's going to hug the boundary line like a teddy bear and then go out of bounds. But a good job by Brancati to at least keep the ball in play for the time being and at least force a boundary throw-in. Still 15-7 on the Watch AFL scoreboard. Seattle the lead. Ball comes spinning back in the play. Drops in front of the Suns player. Long handball there. Throwing that one onto the left, and this time Brancati is not going to be as lucky as the ball goes sailing away in Christopher Cross style. And we'll have a free kick for the Suns. Carr and Munn, the goals for the Grizzlies. And what has been a it's ebbed and flowed, but it's been very competitive, and that's what we've been hoping for, is the mark taken by Hewitt. Here's Katja Hewitt. Played for the Bulldogs for a season or two, I think 2 seasons, before coming back to the Grizz. Ball is held up, and the umpire says that ball is mine. Hewitt against Dykes. Now Dykes backs out, and Uzarski comes in. Here is Carr, finds Curtis, who goes out, and it's going to be marked by Adamo. Adamo's going to play on quickly. Adamo throws that one onto the right. Out into the cow paddock on the far side, running after it. And picking that one up is Sequeira, but there is Carr. Or that's Holmes, rather, sending that one back. And overrunning that one is Dykes. There is Hewitt, sends that one into the top. It clean bowls. Oh, shoved off the footy. Good, no call there. There's Bo from right in front. And she goes right through the diddle. Amanda Bo with the 3rd goal of the game for the Grizz. And they go on to 3-3-21. Sacramento 1-1-7. That's on the Watch AFL scoreboard. Amanda Bo, a former soccer goalkeeper at Washington University in St. Louis, and selected to the national team in 2020. Of course, we all know what happened there. But Bo, I think, very good hands, incredibly good hands, and that's what's helped that. Not only that, but her setting things up the way to direct traffic as in that position dictates. Here is Brancati now for the Suns. Brancati sends that one in towards the sticks, but 2 green jumpers are there out the back off of the hands of Hada, and going to pick that one up here is Poor Boy from an odd angle, corralled out of bounds by Dickinson. I don't think there was anything nasty in that one. In fact, I think it's going to be a good tackle. Marion Dickinson, marked by Anderson. Bo looking for a lead. They're going to look for her, and she takes a nice mark. And again, you see those soccer goalkeeper skills. Bo. Here, Barbara Axelm direct traffic. Picked up, big tackle. I think it's going to be called high, and it is. Well, perhaps a little unlucky, so a free kick going to be given to Whitney Peronish, another member of the Burnaby Eagles, looking out to the near side for Pereira. Pereira left foots that one in. Going and picking that one up is Oster Reed. Oster Reed. Ball goes out of bounds. Boundary throw-in will occur. Left half forward, flank for the Suns, right into the hands and through the hands of Amanda Mora. Mora, one of a couple of players on Arizona. We mentioned Valerie Barbara Axelm for Seattle. She actually began when she was living in Phoenix, playing for the Arizona Hawks. And when she moved up here to Seattle, helped found the Grizzlies team. And, of course, went to Australia and has come back. Winning the race to that one against the aforementioned Val Barbara Axelm is Peronish, who looked into the middle, but it's picked off. That's Rachel Sun trying to go across the way. Sends that one up on the far side. Drops in front. Picked up and circling around is Titus Lay. Drops in front again. Picking that one up. Centering ball. And nice mark by Latia Holmes. I love watching Latia Holmes play. She's not only, she's fast, and she used to run track for Washington State, but the awareness that she has defensively, it's amazing. That one drops in front. Here comes the Grizz trying to get this one out of the back, and that's going to be the trailing official called that. As that one dropped in front of Poor Boy. It'll be a free kick. Grizzlies lead 21-7. Through the hands of Bo. Here is Poor Boy. Left foots this one down. Going to drop in front. Who's going to win the race to this one? Going back to get it is 49 for Seattle. Sending that one back. And here is Dickinson. Dickinson. Bootlegs around. She went too far. She ran too far, and that one was very close, but that's not something you see called a whole lot. But remember, you have to touch the ball to the ground every 15 meters of running. And so here is Marissa Poorboy, probably 2 kicks from goal. And great view. You see is pretty much what she sees. It starts right. It stays right. It drops in front. There's a pile there. And the ball is still in dispute, but free kick. It's going to come out. I think they called that a scoop. Again, you're not allowed to throw the ball, scoop the ball. You have to hit it out of your hand like a volleyball. As Sawyer's free kick comes out to the near side. And here is Brancati. Sprays that one off to the right side. And just in play. Now just getting the ball out. And the mark is taken by Sun. Sun looks right. Sun looks left. Sun playing against the Suns. Kicks that one in front. Holmes in front of the late arriving Mora. Shakes away from one tackle. Just gets the ball up in the air. Spraying that one out to the side looking for Kasik. Out to the far side now, and the ball goes out of bounds. And we'll have a boundary throw in directly across from us. Here in Lake Stevens, Washington, in beautiful Snohomish County, and you can tell we're in the Pacific Northwest because there's nothing but trees in the background. That's what we say. Heading through Seattle yesterday, I remarked that it just seemed like people just were like, all right, we're going to put there, and just kind of cleared out the trees, and that's kind of how it is. But it is a beautiful part of the world, and hopefully you get a chance to come by, not only in the Seattle area, but here in Snohomish County as well. And of course, thanks to our friends at Tasmanian and Watch AFL. Ball goes out of bounds. So we're in this third quarter. We'll do a quick little time check and tell you that I didn't start the clock. So you'll have to take my word for it. Thank you so much. 2.5 minutes to go here in this third quarter. It's nice when they put the timers on timer on those things too, as the ball's on that far side. Of course, we said here's a big kick from Typoletti. This one is going to come in close, and it's marked in front. Yes. There's a huge roar, it seemed like, when that mark was taken. Oh, that's Abby Morrissey, who we have here. So Abby Morrissey kicked the first. She's kicked the second. And we got a ball game, folks. With about a minute and a half left in this third quarter, it's the Sacramento Suns 2-1-13, trailing Seattle 3-3-21. That's on the Watch AFL scoreboard, back to an 8-point game. All it's going to take is 2 straight kicks. But Morrissey's done very well in terms of just being able to kind of sneak up into the forward line. Here we are back once again. So the Seattle Grizzlies team, which has done so well, finishing third place out of the 7 teams in Division I a season ago at Nationals. What can they do against this team, against the Sacramento side? Knocked down by Carr. Carr stays with the footy. Tries to get the ball out. Does. Sends that one on. Chugging in after it is the Grizzlies. Sending that one back now. Through the hands of Holmes. Coming all the way back. And getting it is Bianca Marshall. Marshall trying to go after the football. And the ball goes out of bounds. Got to be less than a minute to go now here in this third term. It's been a very competitive game so far, which is what we want to see. And I think all 3 of these games in this women's division are going to be competitive. As we mentioned, Golden Gate, they'll have players with the Portland Sockeyes alongside them looking for another regional championship, which in years past, in 2016 and in 2018, have come at the expense of the Maidens. There is the siren, and that will do it for the third term. So each team kicked a goal in this. In fact, Sacramento has kicked, well, each team has kicked a goal in this third term. 8 points separates the sides at three-quarter time. It's the Seattle Grizzlies, 3 goals, 3 behinds, 21 points. The Sacramento Suns, 2 goals, 1 behind, 13 points. We'll take a break, come right back. Don't go anywhere. The fourth quarter should be lots of fun and excitement. You're watching the 2023 USAFL Western Regional Championships here on USAFL.com. Back here for the fourth and final quarter of this opening game, the 2023 USAFL Western Regional Championships here from Lake Stevens, Washington. We'll be in Wisconsin in 3 weeks, Brian. And of course, Snohomish County Sports and Tasmanian. Our thanks to them for sponsoring this fantastic weekend of Aussie Rules football. We're underway in the fourth quarter. The Seattle Grizzlies leading 21-13. And they are now headed to the right of screen and trying to hang on to this 8-point lead. It looks like they're heading to the left, rather. Here is Typoletti. Low driving kick in towards the goal square. 1-on-2. Going to try and get that one out is Lizzie Sawyer. And Sawyer is in there on top of Christine Flock. And we'll have a ball up, but a very advantageous situation for the Suns. They're 2 kicks behind. Munn in there, dropping the pill and now getting that one out. Looking to the near side, trying to find Hunley. Hunley sees the ball go off her shins. Goes out to the near side, cleared out by Carr. Drops in front, on a hop. This is Branchetti off a 1-step. Sends that one in towards the square, but it's marked by Latia Holmes. Holmes has taken about 10 marks in this game. Out to the far side. And turned over. This is Osterried. Osterried, one of the Canadians, sends that one a little chip shot over the top. Oh, what a nice one-handed mark by Anderson. That was nice. Oh, good well-weighted kick over the top of Flock, looking for Hundley again. But goes down, and the umpire says that's mine. Fourth 15-minute quarter. All three of the matches, of course, we'll have men's Division II action for you on this USAFL.com channel. Umpire says play on. They battle it out. Getting that one out was Hewitt. Into the middle looking for Munn. Munn gets taken down. Play on. Or are they going to call that back? No, they're going to call that back. It's going to be a free kick. They're not going to pay advantage. They'll give that to Allie Dykes. Dykes has bounced around. She's based in Denver, and she played in 2021, was officially a member of the now defunct Centennial Tigers, played last season with DC, and now back with Denver. And she is here on loan after playing in her own regionals. Is Typoletti able to shake through a couple of tacklers? They go down low. Typoletti going after it. Sun as well. Crash Boom Opera. Center half flank picked up off of one step by Sequeira. Bounces through into the pocket. Over to get it now. Picking that one up. Just getting away. It's going to be high contact. Yes, is Kasik. Or Kasky, sorry. That's Kelly Kasky. Sorry, Kelly. We'll double check as the ball gets sent back into play. Bounces off of Hundley. Hundley gets free. Is it going to be... No, it's going to be a good tackle. She didn't get rid of it quickly, and here is Sequeira. Sequeira sends this one up high. Over into the pocket. Nice mark by Carr. Carr's up to about 15 touches. Finds Anderson. Carr and Anderson and Holmes. Out to the near side. Marked right in front of us by Hundley. Hundley listening to some traffic. Little chip kick over the top. Finds Hewitt right in front of us. Hewitt sends that one in off the Brent Caddy. That's going to be play on. Griffin probably should have just tried to offload it, but lucky perhaps not being called for holding the ball. She was trying to get up. I think she should have tried to find an option first. But no harm, no foul, as Hewitt knocked the ball, but not to advantage, but it's okay because it's turned over to Carr. Carr sends that one in deep. It'll drop into the top of the goal square. Seattle, you feel, would put the game away with one more goal. Ball up. That is Curtis. It's loose in front. There's Griffin again. Howe. Galbraith. Or check that. That's Rachel Blum, 34 in there. Another ball up. 5 meters from the goal square. Ball gets knocked down. That cleared out nicely up that far side. Tapping that one on was Boyd. Cleared out to the near side by Coulter. Flock dropped it. Hundley, who's been all sorts of on the ball for the Grizzlies in this one. They still lead by 8 points. Anderson just got her foot away as it was affected by Coulter. Ball goes up on that far side. Turning around is Bowe. Bowe, nice mark by Munn. April Munn, 35 meters out, maybe a little bit further. She's going to back herself. Munn comes forward, got under this one a little bit. The pack forms, ball comes out. Sequeira is in front. Spun around by Howe. Whistle up comes, and the umpire said no prior opportunity.
Did Rachel say that? No.
Seattle leads 21-13 on the Watch AFL scoreboard, trying to hang on to the victory here, which will put them in very good position. The ball gets knocked down. Off the hit out, cleared out by Howe. Picked up by Dykes, who was collared, no call. And finally we do, and it'll be a free kick. This will come out.
No.
Suns have to act pretty quickly here as we have, well, about 8.5 minutes to go in the ballgame.
Anyone scored this quarter?
Yeah, Sac got a goal.
Yeah, I saw that goal, but that was last quarter.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
This quarter didn't score.
It's up on the far side now. Looking after the footy on the intense side of the field because there's people over there intense. It's stepped up and marking that one again is Hundley. Hundley with another disposal. Finds Munn. And April Munn, all that experience. She's won Best and Fairest at this award 2 years in a row, going back to 2017 and 2018. And she's going back far and reckon she'll have a crack. By the time she puts boot the ball, she'll be probably about 45 meters out. Munn loads up again, gets under it just a little bit. And now it'll be a matter of getting a mark in the square that's not upcoming. Now trying to be first in front. Getting that one away. Dykes was taken down, but holding the ball was called first. Or check that. I think that might have been Brancati. And so Munn will earn another free kick, but this one will be probably about 20 meters closer to the goal. The problem is I think she's striking the ball a little bit too early. You got to kick it almost right when the ball almost touches the ground. Maybe when it's just grazing the grass. That's a little bit better. But it's going to go. Oh, what a great job in front. It's kept in play. It just dropped in. Carr tried to go over the shoulder. No good. The ball goes out of bounds. It'll be a boundary throw-in. And Seattle knocking on heaven's door. And like we said, another goal here you reckon would probably just about salt away the victory. The way they've been playing and the way they've been kind of stifling Sacramento's chances as this game is worn on. Ball gets hammered into the turf and out of bounds once again. Time check will tell you that there is 6.5 minutes to go. Still plenty of time, though. Sacramento, though, needs the ball to be 150 meters away from where it is, and they've turned the ball over once again. Dickinson goes in short. Nice mark to Carr. Carr, who's been all over the defensive line, but on chances like this, there's been no issue with her sneaking up and playing across the half forward. Carr loads up. The full berries, drops in short. Nice mark over the top, but it's not paid. Or was it? Yes, it was. And it's Rosie Cuoca. Have not seen her playing in a couple of years, but there she is in the back line, the former Nightcliff Tiger. And oh, what a mark taken by Carr, who'll play on quickly. Carr looks in front, right through the hands of one of the Grizzlies there, in fact, of Griffin. And trying to get it out now is Cuoca. She's on her hands and knees. Gets it away off the face of Munn. Handballs it across. And here are the Suns able to get that one out up to the far side. And it drops in front. Here is Poor Boy. Flung to the ground by Marion Dickinson. And it will be a ball up. So Rosie Cuoca, before COVID, of course, she was a member of the USA Freedom, played in the International Cup, and went over to Australia and was playing, as we said, for the Nightcliff Tigers of the Northern Territory Football League up near Darwin in Australia. In fact, played against April Munn when Munn was playing up there for the Southern Crocs, and come back home after the COVID pandemic, become a mom since then to her son Joe alongside Robert Cuoca. Of course, if you know the Cuoca name, you know Lorray, longtime player for the Suns. In fact, that was how Rosie got into the sport. It was through Lorray and through Rob. And here she is on the return to the pitch. Just getting this one out. Deflects off a player only as far as Amelia Carr. Dykes is in there, and we'll have a ball up. Usarski nominates for the Ruck. Ball gets trying to find the ball up forward. There's a left-footed kick, and settling under it, not taking the mark, was Hewitt. As the ball comes back out in front, and They'll have a ball up. Usarski was in there. Jess Usarski playing her first full season. Inserting her directly into the ruck. What happens when you're tall. That one is sent forward by Curtis. Munn saw it bounce away from her. 2-on-1 contest. Bow taken down. The umpire says, give that to me. Natalie Griffin again in there. Bow. Hewitt nominating in the ruck against Usarski. Hit out, not to advantage, and then almost up. Very lucky. Was very close to being a high tackle. So here is Usarski again in the ruck against Hewitt. As the ball gets knocked down, you need two hands for that. She throws it on the foot. Very clever to at least get the ball away legally. Handballs it back to Carr. Carr swings around on this back. Great smother by Usarski, but it's right back to Carr. Carr finally sends that one in, and a nice mark off a blade of grass by Rosie Quokka, who all of a sudden has come out to play here in this fourth quarter. Her team trails by 8 points on the Watch AFL scoreboard, 21-13, with 2.5 minutes to go in the game. They got to get the first one, and then they got the second one. It's not done yet. The ball is about 100 meters from where it needs to be if you're wearing the red and the yellow. And they get the ball forward. There's Poor Boy sending that one in. Bounces in front. Typoletti has it. Typoletti winds up from 50 meters out into a yawning goal square. It drifts across the face. It's going to still be in play. And Latia Holmes uses her speed to win the race. And now she comes out to the near side. It's a fresh air shot. And then finally she spreads it out on the full. Probably would have been best just to let it go. But now Sacramento has an opportunity. It's probably going to be 2 kicks, but it's better than nothing. Unofficially speaking, 1:45 to go in the match. Seattle trying to hold on, leading by 8 points. Sequeira sends that one in towards the middle. Nobody got it cleanly. Ball to the ground. Seattle is okay with conceding a behind here. They get it out to Holmes. Holmes gets that one away. Who's there for Seattle to mark it? Nobody. Dyke sees the ball go by her. Here is Munn. She'll get it out to danger, and that might just about do it. Griffin was held off the footy, no call. Picking that one up and sending that one back and getting away. Again, I believe was Quokka, but it's marked by Amanda Bow. 1 minute to go unofficially. Out to the near side, finding a wide open Kasky. She's going to use all of her 7 seconds. Sun calling for the footy. Left-footed pick by Kasky. Drops in front. Sequeira takes the mark. She's got to play on quickly. Not much time left. Again, less than a minute now. 40 seconds in point of fact. Sending that one on. Tapped down by Seattle. Here is Flock once again. Dykes picks up the ball, just got it away, but it was to Rachel Sun, who's on the other team. Anderson just gets the ball away before she's dumped. Going over and getting it again is Kasky. Over now is Flock. Ball again goes to ground. 15 seconds to go. Flock dropped it, but couldn't get her foot to the ball fast enough. Sends that one into the middle, over the top. Bounces by Quokka. Quokka goes after the footy. Kicks it to her own advantage. Thrown off on a good shepherd by Griffin. And that'll do it. And that is it. And the Seattle Grizzlies have started off their first ever home regional championship with full points, as they have held on to a very tight but very good 21-13 victory. Goals by Amanda Bow, Amelia Carr, and April Munn. Abby Morrissey had both of the majors for Sacramento, who, let's face it, I think both of these teams played extremely well in this opening 60 minutes of this afternoon. But both the Sacramento and the Vancouver women, in fact, really all the players from all the teams represented, all 8 teams represented here, all 7 teams in this opening match, really well represented, playing very well. And you can't get any better than that. An opening game, very competitive to start this off. So both teams will play the Golden Gate Iron Maidens later. What will happen is the next game, which we'll see, it'll be the Sacramento Suns taking on the Iron Maidens. If the Maidens win, that'll eliminate the Suns and mean that the final game of the day in this division between Seattle and Golden Gate will be for the Women's Championship. We'll have that for you later on here on USAFL.com. For right now, we want to thank our friends here at Snohomish County Sports. We want to thank Tasmanian, and we want to thank you for joining us here for this match. Don't forget to follow us online at USAFL.com, on Facebook at Facebook.com/USAFL, and on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube, and Threads. We're on Threads now at USAFL 1997. For everybody here in Lake Stevens, Washington, this is Brian Barrish saying so long for now.